生活普普通通，但也要乐在其中，就是然后是我觉得也非常感动哦。
We arrived at Chongqing North Railway Station at 6 a.m. to catch the earliest train to Fengjie. On the way, we found our stranger ID's card and handed it over to the staff, since everyone has to scan their ID to board the trains. It's quite common for people to accidentally drop them in the waiting hall. The hard-boiled eggs she brought actually rolling right out when her bag string was loose during the security check. Since her breakfast was totally loose, she had to sit for some manhua fried dao twist we bought yesterday in Chongqing Ciqikou. We took the scenic shuttle bus toward the summit of the street gorges, Kuimen, but we hit a massive traffic jam. Not wanting the delay to ruin our plans, we hopped off the bus right in the middle of the congestion. Afterward, we boarded the red boat to begin our cruise from Fengjie toward Wushan. first half our trip from Fengjie to Wushan offers the most stunning scenery, especially around Chitang Gorge where the famous Kuimen Gate majestically stands. Since we are traveling during the Spring Festival, the sound of fireworks and firecrackers occasionally echoes from the shore. After passing through that stretch, the scenery becomes a bit more understated all the way to Wushan, making the perfect time for a quick afternoon nap. Once you reach Wushan, I highly recommend trying Wushan grilled fish and local oranges. They are genuine local specialties. Even the free oranges provided by the hotels and on the boat were delicious, far better than the ones in Yichang. If you are looking for the best oranges, stick to Wushan or Badong. Once you head further downstream, the flavor just isn't the same.
它那个有印子，你可以参考的。为啥
Our hotel overlooked the striking red bridge. For your stay around the Yangtze, I suggest choosing hotels with a river view. Looking up to the mountains and the water really lifts your spirits. Just remember to book in advance during holidays.
我好白，介绍吃白菜好不吃的啊？点一个啊。
点多。
哦，点啊。
两个号儿。
2份。
那就这么着呗。刚蘸了个筷子，好烫。
你心动了？
啊，没有，我能吃了。
就吃没有？
没有，没有，因为忙得多嘛。
Because it was the peak of the Spring Festival, all 5 or 6 of the top-rated restaurants we have on the short list were closed for the holidays. We finally managed to find a hot pot place that was still open, but it was a total disappointment. It was overpriced and the flavor wasn't there.
我打不来，我就是看啊，你说来烧油，他就来烧油。
哦。
你要油多吧？
他喜欢吃这个，再来
再来一
烧油。
勺油吧。
等下起牙皮给他种。
不用，快点再给他，
再来一点油。
再来一点，再来2天回去要回味的。那个鳕鱼，鳕鱼冻过，好多人吃都不好吃这个鱼的。
不是，它鳕鱼好像是不好消化，不好吸收。
变形了就行了。
很久了。
就老了。
Wushan morning was absolutely breathtaking, like a scene from a movie or a dream, bathed in shades of purple.
来到我普普通通，哎呀，在西东可以蛮感动。在我等。
他们很羡慕我现在，刚刚羡慕他了。
What a gorgeous gorge. Wow, it's so wonderful. The Wu Gorge is more beautiful and pretty, while the Qutang Gorge is more imposing and legendary. The ferry from Wushan to Badong only runs once a day in the morning, so time is everything. The scenery at Dong is truly breathtaking. The way the light hits the mountains and water creates an ever-changing landscape. These structures of mountains are so neat.
出来了。有的。
Because this area sits on the provincial border with Wushan in Chongqing and Badong in Hubei, transport can be a bit tricky due to different regional jurisdictions. We actually had to transfer to a wide resort at a tiny village called Peishi to continue our journey toward Badong. The villages we pass along the way are situated on the mountains, with even less flat land available here than in Fengjie. The living conditions for the local communities appear to be more modest and rugged.
三峡大坝游客欢迎。 对，就那儿，就那儿，就那儿。我这边。人参贵还是80升的，估计还有80。We have getting across the Wu Gorges and arrived at Badong.
Since it's winter, there are no cruise ships running all the way to the Three Gorges Dam. Our only option was to charter a car and navigate the mountain roads along the Yangtze, passing through dark tunnels. During the peak seasons of spring and summer, there are dedicated cruise ships for this route. Arriving in Zhigui, the landscape begins to open up into wider basins and flatlands, and the Yangtze River itself becomes much broader. After passing through several more tunnels, you can feel the local customers, buildings, and atmosphere shifting. Even the accents have changed. People here in Hubei seem to have a sharper mind for business. They are quick-witted and very savvy. Our accommodation is located very close to the Three Gorges Dam Tourist Transfer Center. Where most travelers choose to go upstream from Yuchang, we decided to follow the river downstream.
哎呦，好累呀！晚上我都不想出来吃了。
Since it's within the restricted dam area, all cars must be registered to enter, and vans or pickup trucks are strictly prohibited. We are staying at the local guest house tonight, but I have decided to put the camera away for now between the exhaustion of the long drive and another disappointing, overly salty dinner. We're just not in the mood to film.
你在这拍我那边多好啊！ 哇哦！赵哥呢？哇！
你自己的裤子怎么湿了？
好看哎！
Security at the Three Gorges Dam is incredibly tight. You are required to follow the official single shuttle bus routes strictly, but the experience is actually quite well designed. It gives you a chance to see the massive scale of the dam from several different angles. Moving onto the dam and the tribe of the Three Gorges, Sansha the atmosphere becomes much more commercialized. It's very easy to hit a trap when it comes to food here. The locals are incredibly industrious, though they are always coming up with new ways to turn the tourist crowds into a business opportunity.
那上有吗？
这另外一根呢？好看。那个好吃嘛的呢？
不是啊。嗯？嗯。那水。荒野的小马驹，踏着它的马蹄，达达的马蹄，
看甜粉肠。
而且没有远景好，远景它们像个小模具一样。啊，
眼睛突破。
那个是五道闸，啊，一会儿开过去了。在晚上，在这桥上，
开门船长，
走路上来。但你可以开车，哎，开车应该也不行，开车不能过，不能停。
到闸。还有5层阶梯。
这个船从这里过去就是那个升降梯吧？
对。
Since we didn't book our boat tickets a few days in advance, we couldn't continue downstream by water. Instead, we ended up taking online ride-hailing to the tribe of the Three Gorges. Along the way, it was clear that the crews were picking up. There were many more dedicated cruise ships, and quite a few people from Hubei driving in for the holiday, which led to some traffic jam. We booked our hotel right by the ferry terminal. A pro tip: if you stay here, you can use your hotel confirmation to exchange your tickets a day early. That way, you don't have to wait in line. The next morning, you can just hop straight on the boat and head to the sink spots. The shuttle bus fare is also free in this way. We visited the Three Gorges Dam today. We booked a river view room for the night. Tomorrow, we will explore the Three Gorges tribe, scenic area across the river. Then, the day after tomorrow, we need to get back to work again. 过船，经过。
准备说他要来了。
In the daytime, Yangcheng River is busy with the passenger boats and cargo ships. Tomorrow we took that red boat getting across the river to visit the Shui Gaoji's tribe.
吓死我了！
然后把手指点燃哦。
这我想。
太满了，它那个酒精。
就那个车。
他那个地方也是照相的，嘎，你要那个照相。
我跟前面那人坐吧，你们四个正好俩一个。
它不是笔直的。
哦。
这样跟你说，你咋说？
他说他对你没成见，只是随口一说。After taking the boat, we took our cableway, went to the Dengyin Shi, then descend towards Bawangzhai.
爹爹，在这阿妈你们挂棉花12，下面宽13，然后后4啊。
哎，那个诗怎么说了？一什么蓑衣任交。
We are visiting Anshinaba Palace from Chongqing to Yichang in all these gorges, the local people's ancestors were those Ba nations, and their culture has been influenced by the Sanxingdui Shu. So we always connected Ba and Shu together.
没人拍。
天天的坐这坐下吧。来，你妈，让你接电话。
你说那个时候你当个山大王真的很爽。
对啊，这就霸王，快点跪拜。
谈得非常好。
我想着这土老老。 走，下去看他们边去。哇！
慢一点，大气蓬勃美。
小青菜，哦，要去那个寨子上。
哇，我感觉它有点危险，你别使劲踩啊，别扑通扑通使劲踩。
你去点一个什么？
你好，甜米酒在哪儿买？哎，我来份。行了。
来，看到这个位置。
这里。走到那个。2碗酒，有米酒、黄酒、荷花酒。
阿姨，再给我倒2壶。
我现在是往左边，往那边走去广场。
麻花店。
最后呢，就是我们宜昌市黑五种文化遗产部的下面会有一些手工艺、欣赏表演。
他好像你们住在最高的地方。
当地的一个发源于新山县啊，就是我们当地的思乡。
来一张，来一张。野生的栗子，朋友们可以看看，好吃的栗子。我在脑子，我以为在比较女的高吧，
In Ba and Shu, we all like to drink the glutinous rice wine. In Beijing, I even ask ID to make it ourselves. Throughout the travel of Three Gorges, you will find performers in traditional buildings singing or demonstrating blacksmithing. Large-scale shows and balloon and other sports kick off every half hour or so, though we unfortunately missed the main event. As we made our way down toward Yangtze, we hit a long street of windows, but the food was laid down. Out of pure curiosity, we picked up some oriental Riesling fruit along the way, but by the time we made it back to Beijing, they were past their prime. To be honest, we weren't fans of the flavor anyway. Looking back, it was definitely just an impulse buy.
下去了，一看到下去了，7月，我还抓鱼吃，他在自风。他抓鱼，300鱼。
抓到没？
抓猪的皮，抓那个上面的东西还没抓。还有那个。
What really stood out was the fresh orange juice. It was mostly water. The color was eerie. They will show you a single real orange to prove it's fresh, but as soon as you look away, they dilute heavily. Compared to the authentic juice we had in Chongqing, I'd say the vendors here in Hubei are definitely more silly. We noticed almost every store selling fresh squeezed juice was doing the same thing. Some even had crowds of bottled water sitting right next to the juicers. Now we're heading toward the Longjing River, where 2 more shows are about to begin.
你这个。我看这个花花布个，这是麻布个，那个好土了。
往这边走，它这个摩托这里走不去而已，它那边锁着的栏杆锁着的，它是这样的栏杆拦住的，对，可以。
前面的还有酒喝的，
还吃啊！不要忘了。
我来的时候，俺就觉得慢慢的那个，我给他指着个。
放到哈去走了。
你把它肠子都弄到我脸上了。
We're missing the monkeys on the mountain Omei, but we finally spotted some here. After that, we doubled back to the pier and caught the shuttle bus to the tourist center. From there, we chartered a car to Yuchang. We had already booked our high-speed rail tickets 2 weeks in advance, so we had one last evening to enjoy ourselves. Since the Spring Festival holiday was winding down, many restaurants had finally reopened. After days of hidden traps, we finally sat down for a truly decent meal. To Beijing passes through Wuhan. Looking at that thick mist and the low-lying marshy terrain, it's easy to imagine this entire era as the prehistoric swamplands where crocodiles once roamed. are due near north, the temperature dropped noticeably. You could feel the shift in the air. While the south was waking up, the north was still very much in the grip of winter.